No new content out today for Zero Chill, but that's all right. We can take a look at some cards we could expect to get some upgrades in the future. Let's jump right in. What's good, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Rob, aka Roboto. So today we didn't get a nice little refresh of any Zero Chill content. Some packs updated. I was checking for limiteds all morning, got nothing. So if there's anything out, I'll probably won't publish this video, but I'm expecting nothing to come out today. We will get new stuff as the week goes on, heading into the new year. Potential Blitz is on the way, so don't fret too much. But today's video, we're going to take a look at 25 players who desperately need an upgrade in Madden 21 Ultimate Team. Going to give the reasons why with some evidence. But before we jump into all that, I just want to let you know, if you are new here, I appreciate you for stopping by. If you'd be so kind, just hit the subscribe button down below, notification bell right next to it. You get notified anytime I'm live with brand new content. It'd be very appreciated. Also, if you like what you see, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, like the video. And in the comment section down below, let me know which player you think should get an upgrade. And please don't give me anything with Lamar Jackson. He just got an upgrade. Let's use our brains, right? The best comment on this video with the best suggestion, I'll go ahead and pick a winner and we'll do a little giveaway. Last time we gave away something. You can check out the whole process for the giveaways on the channel, but we will give away something from the best suggestion down below. And let's be realistic, right? Don't give me no OJ Simpson. He's not going to be in the game. Let's jump right in. So first things first here, yes, Tyrann Mathieu is going to be my first choice here to get an upgrade. Now let's provide some caveats as we like to do here on this channel. Number one caveat is I'm not going to particularly pick guys who necessarily have a power up, or maybe even guys who recently got an upgrade, right? There's a lot of players who have over 90 overall cards right now, or very close, right? Or they got a recent team standout. There's a lot of factors that go into this, and I'll explain each one individually. But for the most part, a lot of these guys probably won't have power-ups. I'm not suggesting any of these guys are worth an investment or worth investing 20, 30, 40, even up to 50 or 100K into, but it's something you might want to take a look at. All right, so we're going to start off here with Tyrann Mathieu. Now, the reason why I'm picking Tyrann Mathieu, and the same reason I'm going to pick somebody else later on down the line when we get to the offensive side of the ball, is because he's pretty much due for an upgrade for multiple reasons. Number one, he hasn't really gotten a card, as you can see right here, since the early days, way back. Superstar MVP Master, that's basically launch right here, and he hasn't even gotten a Team of the Week upgrade or anything. A +1, nothing. Tyrann Mathieu is one of the better cards. I remember when he came out earlier in the year, I mean, he was the top safety in the game for a little bit, and so some other cards came. Obviously, he was phased out, but Chiefs are headed to the playoffs. Obviously, Chiefs could be headed back to the Super Bowl. So Tyrann Mathieu here, I think, is a kind of guarantee to get an upgrade sometime in the future, whether that's a Ghost of Madden Present card coming up, or it's even a playoff card, Super Bowl card, whatever the case may be. Hell, he might even have a case for Team of the Year if EA decides to go that direction with him. So Tyrann Mathieu, for me, is a very good option here to get an upgrade coming up in the year. Next up, we'll stay in the secondary. We'll pretty much stay around the secondary for the most part. Jessie Bates. Now, I know you're looking at me and saying, dude, that's his 88 Team of the Week. He doesn't have a power up. I understand that. But, if we actually use a resource here, and I like to use resources here on the channel, I don't like to actually just spit out things and have no evidence to back it up. Pro Football Focus here. Now, Pro Football Focus, for those who don't know, PFF, it's one of the best services out there, grading players, grading teams, all that good stuff to real life NFL situations, right? So in this video in particular, we're going to be taking a look at guys that have real life cases. And in this case right here, we're going to go ahead and look at Jessie Bates. Jessie Bates is easily one of the best safeties in the league right now. He's made PFF's all-pro team through week 12. Now there is still one more week of football to play, I understand that, but Jessie Bates has been having a hell of a season. He very much deserves to have an upgrade here, and he hasn't had one since the, excuse me, that's a little leak there, but he hasn't had a card since the 88 Team of the Week in week 8. So kind of overdue here for Jessie Bates. I don't expect him to get a power up right away. Maybe he gets another card via like a team standout. Maybe they give us something for end of the year to give somebody, one player from each team, a shout out rare right as the season comes to an end. So Jessie Bates, I think, is kind of a lock there too as well to get another card. Power up, I wouldn't guarantee it. So we'll stay in the secondary here, and I know this card, or this player was leaked by me accidentally, but Logan Ryan, I mean, what does this guy have to do to get a damn card, EA? Like, the long national nightmare for a while was, when are we going to get the Jadeveon Clowney card? When are we going to get a James Robinson card? Now, me personally, especially as a Giants fan, when are we getting a Logan Ryan card? This guy has been having one hell of a season, playing safety here for the Giants, as you see right here. He has an interception, but he's among the leaders on our team in tackles. He has 2 forced fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles. This guy's just been all over the place for the Giants. It's been one of the better signings. We just re-signed him to a deal, and I know I'm talking as a Giants fan here, but legit, Logan Ryan has been having one of the best seasons for any safety cornerback in the league this year. This guy really deserves a card, and the fact that EA has not even done anything to give him some sort of shout out. I understand he signed later in the whole free agency signing period, but he's played the whole season. It's time, EA. It's overdue. Logan Ryan, I mean, definitely, I think should get some sort of card at all. Like, stop playing him, EA. We're gonna stay in the secondary here. We're gonna go right here to Mike Edwards, another PFF favorite here. Mike Edwards right here, flex D. Edwards has just been a very solid safety here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. His best card is a 71 gold, so I think that could be somebody that would get maybe a team standout there for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Another secondary part here for the Bucks, but I think it'll be well deserved. He's second team here on PFF's. For Flex D, he's second team there for the PFF All-Pro team. And first team all there, first cornerback is Xavier Howard. Now, we all know about Xavier Howard. We all know how good he's been this year. He's just all over the place for the Miami Dolphins. His best card this year was this 86 most feared, like, special cauldron card that you could only get by putting a potion in there and stuff. This card is horrible, okay? This card, when it came out, was atrocious. 79 man, 84 zone. This card was butt. Okay, so this dude is due for an upgrade for sure. He has a power up, so that's something that, you know, a little investment here wouldn't hurt, right? I suggest an investment, a legit investment under 5K wouldn't break the bank here. His core elite, I mean, it's under 2K. It might go up to at least 5K when he's announced, if he's announced as a part of a playoff promo. But this guy has been legit for the Dolphins this year. So I think Xavier Howard could be somebody that really gets an upgrade, especially if Miami does something as far as a postseason push is concerned. Next up here, oh my goodness, another long national nightmare out there for the Madden community, JC Jackson. He's been one of the most consistent cornerbacks in the league, especially for the Patriots, especially, you know, considering that we just got a Stephon Gilmore upgrade not too long ago. JC Jackson, though, has been playing his ass off this year, honestly, for the Patriots. He's been very successful for them this year. So JC Jackson is another one that is long overdue, well due for one of these upgrades. The Patriots aren't going to make the playoffs, so I wonder how they're going to weasel him in there, squirrel him in, you know, try to get him a card. So it could be something with Team of the Week. So you never know. Keep that in mind for a lot of these guys who aren't making the playoffs. EA could just do something where they're giving us good cards for players that aren't in the playoffs via Team of the Week, and then cards are going to get upgraded through playoff promos that are in the postseason. So keep that in mind there. Bryce Callahan, again, as you saw right here, PFF, he was their first team flex D. There might not be a more impressive cornerback performance overall this season than that of Bryce Callahan for the Broncos. Slot corner by trade, Callahan has been forced to play outside on both sides due to injuries at time this season. Held up well and been elite when in the slot, but overall had a passer rating of just 46.9, completion rate of 53.8. He hasn't been beaten for a touchdown all season as of week 12, and the longest completion in his coverage went only for 19 yards. So that's as of week 12 again, but another guy here who's just obviously due for something big. The Broncos, again, they're not going to play the playoffs here, as we see here for the AFC West. They're completely out of it. So could he get something as far as a team standout comes along when the season comes to an end? Potentially. Just something to keep an eye out there for Bryce Callahan. Now we're going to go to special teams, and I'm going to pick two guys in particular as returners that actually should get some love. Like, returners need love too, EA. So we got Andre Roberts here, potential playoff card option here for the Buffalo Bills, 80 speed on a 69, so could be something interesting if he gets a 90. Gunnar Olszewski here for the Patriots, special teams standout legend. A lot of these guys too, by the way, EA's doing something with the Pro Bowl, right? And if Gunner's in the Pro Bowl, a couple of these guys are in the Pro Bowl, not making the postseason, that could be something that EA does. It's going to be a week-long celebration for the Pro Bowl because it's going to be on Madden. So just something to keep in mind here for Gunner, and Ray McCloud here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. In particular, Ray McCloud, and Ray McLeod, who's a free agent technically in the game, but he's with the Pittsburgh Steelers. McLeod and Andre Roberts both are in the postseason right now, so they both could get some sort of a playoff card, right? A low 80s, maybe mid-tier 80s, up to 90 overall. For some reason, give them a quick card, really speedy card. So those two guys in particular, Gunnar Olszewski could be somebody that sneaks in with something that EA just wants to throw him a bone with. But these three receivers, I mean, they're returners by nature here, I would say, as far as the NFL is concerned, and as far as how they play. But they could all get easy upgrades there, I think around in the 80s range. So all those three of those guys, just keep an eye out for that. Here's a kicker, right? Nobody likes a kicker, but I got to give a shout out to Younghoe Koo right here. This dude's been killing it for the Falcons this year. He's top 10 in just about every major kicker statistic. He's also, it's a great story. He's a comeback story. Look up Younghoe Koo. I don't have time to go into his whole deal, but dude came out of nowhere, made the NFL, had some struggles kicking, I believe, with the Chargers, got cut, came back with the Falcons. So this dude has a great story, and he's been having a great year as well for the Falcons. A punter here for Jack Fox. According to PFF here, if we go down to look at their punter, few wider gaps between a player and the rest of his peers than that between Jack Fox and the rest of his punters. His box score averages are excellent, but nobody has matched his combination of hang time, direction, and distance all season. So Jack Fox, arguably the best punter in the league. Get him an upgrade, EA. It's about time. We just got a kicker upgrade with the Bills kicker during Zero Chill, so it might be time they start squirreling in some of these special teams guys here. So shouts to the special teams there. We're gonna stay boring and go to the line. Got a couple linemen here to pick out. In particular, the guys who I think really just need an upgrade. Ali Marpet here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, another guy that's here on the Pro Football Focus All-Pro team, as you see right here, for the line. Now, there's a couple guys here, in particular, Zach Martin, Wyatt Teller. They recently got some sort of good upgrades, or they have upgrades that are just sitting out there, so we're not going to consider them 90-91s. I think Martin was a blitz card. Teller has a heavyweight. Same thing here for Brandon Linder. But Ali Marpet here, and you'll see Joe Batonio and Lindsley in a little bit, but Ali Marpet here, second team on the PFF All-Pro team, so shouts to Ali Marpet. Jack Conklin here, we already just saw Conklin there on the PFF team at right tackle there. Browns are gonna probably, most likely, absolutely make the playoffs, so he could easily get an upgrade there. And I believe the Bucks are gonna make the playoffs too, is that correct? Let me just check. No, the Bucks are in. So Marpet could get an upgrade there too, as far as the playoffs are concerned. So just two guys there to keep an eye out for. Ali Marpet does have a power up. Garrett Bowles here. Now he's in the same boat here as Bryce Callahan. Could they give him the team standout over Callahan? Garrett Bowles has been one of the best right tackles in the league. Again, according to Pro Football Focus, up here at the left tackle position, he's the second team behind Trent Williams, who low-key is also due for an upgrade. Trent Williams, you know, his 88 has been on my team pretty much all year, but for this exercise, I excluded Trent Williams, but he's somebody to keep an eye out on too, as well as Garrett Bowles. Now, tight end. I think it's just Robert Tonyan has been robbed. Now, I know this is a Zero Chill card, so you're like, dude, this just came out like last week. I get it, but geez, man. This dude has been having one hell of a season. If you check out Robert Tonyan's stats here, Pro Football Reference, now I understand he's only started in 8 games, okay? He's played 15, started in 8. He only has 50 receptions on the year, and in comparison to other guys at his position, I mean, Travis Kelce has double his receptions. Waller has almost double his receptions. Even if you go down here to Logan Thomas, has almost 20 more receptions than him. But Tonyan has been kind of a revelation here for Green Bay. He's top 10 in the league in receiving touchdowns, right? Top 10 in the league in receiving touchdowns, okay? He's top 5 in the league in catch percentage, and yards per target, he's top 15 here, ahead of Kelce, only behind Mo Alley Cox and George Kittle among tight ends, and Kittle has barely played this year, only 7 games. I think Robert Tonyan has kind of been robbed here a little bit by EA, excuse me. As far as this card goes, I can't believe they only gave him an 81. Now, you know, they gave Taysom Hill a tight end card. They gave a tight end frozen card to Evan Ingram, who I get name value, and I'm a Giants fan, and I'm happy for it, but Evan Ingram just got a blitz card. You know what I mean? Like, he was cool as an 86. If you're going to give a tight end an upgrade that deserves it for more than one reasons, Robert Tonyan should have been the one that they went with. I think they're very much messed up, but Tonyan could easily easily be, for example, a playoff master, right? Because a guy like Aaron Rodgers, you got to assume, would be involved in the team of the year, or even the Super Bowl promo or Pro Bowl promo potentially. So Robert Tonyan, I think, is somebody who has been robbed and I think deserves an upgrade more than anything. Back to the line here, Joel Bitonio, you saw him on the PFF all pro team there. So Joel Bitonio can get a quick little shout out there as far as offensive linemen are concerned. Corey Linsley, we just talked about him too on the PFF All-Pro team. Linsley there could be somebody that gets an upgrade. He does have a team builder here as an 84, but that's been a while. Could easily get a playoff card, you know, maybe a low 90s up to a higher 80s there. So keep that in mind there. Now we're going to go to skill positions and the ones that we care about the most: wide receiver, running back, quarterback. First up on my list here, Nelson Agholor. Former Eagles legend or current Eagles legend, I don't know how that works, but plays for the Raiders though, in Vegas. Vegas isn't making the postseason, but Nelson Agholor has been having one hell of a season. I mean, he just has been having a great season. As you see right here, again, he's top 15 in touchdowns. His catch percentage is at 60%, which is not that great, but he has been killing it this year for the Raiders, right? So if you check out Nelson Agholor's stats in comparison to the rest of the league, we're gonna take out Tonyan here real quick. He's played, he started in 12 games. His catch percentage, like I said, is down to 60%, but yards per reception, 17.9, which is second in the league. Yards per target, which is 10.8, which is top 10 in the league. He's been having a pretty solid season here. I'd say a breakout or comeback season there for the Vegas Raiders. This dude was almost kicked out of Philadelphia with his bags packed. So Nelson Agholor having a strong season there. He doesn't have an upgrade, anything like that, but it could be a nice receiver to add. 83 speed on a 75 overall, so you got to imagine if he's 90, he's at least 93 speed. So could be a nice solid card to getting an upgrade. Now, here's one that everybody wants. Justin Jefferson. He's been having a hell of a year, and given the fact that a guy like Joe Burrow's season came to an end a little early, Justin Herbert's season was strong, but his team was a little garbage. Justin Jefferson as potential offensive rookie of the year, if not just straight up rookie of the year or team of the year receiver or something. Justin Jefferson kind of deserves an upgrade. Justin Jefferson is right here ahead of Nelson Agholor in a bunch of major stats. He's played in 15 games. He started 13, 11.2 yards per target. He has 7 tutties, which is good for top 20 in the league. Receiving yards, he is top 10 receiving yards. Receptions, he's top 25. And he's a rookie, right? So shouts to him. He's having a really strong season. 69.9% percentage on the catch percentage, which is, you know, typical for what a receiver goes through that plays a lot of games like that. So you can't expect them to be 100% all the time, obviously. So Justin Jefferson definitely deserves one. Justin Jefferson has been having a strong season. I mean, look at the names he's with here in the top 10 in receiving yards right here. Justin Jefferson, Allen Robinson, Tyreek Hill, Metcalf, Ridley, Adams, Hopkins, Kelsey, Diggs. Like, it's been Justin Jefferson all year for the most part that I think deserves an upgrade for sure. Speaking of receivers that deserve it, DJ Moore. I mean, this dude hasn't gotten an upgrade at all. He has a core elite and he has a power up. This dude deserves something here. Now, if we look again on this list, DJ Moore here, same as Justin Jefferson. We'll take it out. DJ Moore here for the Carolina Panthers, over 1,000 yards. He's top 10 in that category there. Touchdowns, he only has 4, so he's not really breaking the bank here. But the quarterback hasn't been the strongest suit for the Carolina Panthers this year. But he has been playing pretty well for them, right? He's played 14 games this year. His yards are really up there amongst the best in the league. He's averaging 10.2 yards per target, which is good for 10th in the league. Receptions per game is at 4.4, so it's not the best. Receiving yards per reception, he's up to 17.9, right next to Nelson Agholor there. So that could be a good candidate too right there, right? He has a power up. He's pretty much due for an upgrade some way, shape, or form. I wonder how EA works in these guys who aren't going to make the postseason. That's one of my biggest questions, is how are we going to work in all these guys who don't have any sight of a postseason playing here? How are they going to get worked in? So DJ Moore is an interesting name to look out for. Next up, we're going to hit the running backs. And the first running back on my list here is Mark Ingram, just due to the fact that he only also has a core lead and hasn't gotten an upgrade at all this year, right? He hasn't had a great season, I'd say. The Ravens haven't had a typical standout Ravens season as everybody's used to. But Ingram, I mean, look, he's a Madden MUT favorite. He's obviously going to help Ravens themed teams out. He definitely deserves an upgrade in some shape or form. He hasn't gotten one all year, so you got to imagine a playoff card's coming from him in some shape or form. He's obviously going to get the Saints chems as well, so could be a strong candidate to get a core elite upgrade from where he is now to something else, maybe a playoffs card. Now, tying back the start of the video to right here, Ezekiel Elliott. Now, as a Giants fan, I hope he gets a playoff card update, because that means the Giants didn't make the postseason. So please, Zeke, please make the playoffs. Please get an upgrade. I really want you to get an upgrade, because that means the Giants aren't in the playoffs and we get a better draft pick. So Ezekiel Elliott, obviously a fan favorite out there. He's a MUT favorite. He's all over EA's, branding and all that good stuff. So obviously Ezekiel Elliott would be a welcome addition here. His last card was this 89 overall superstar MVP card. He was the master, along with Lamar, along with Tyrann Mathieu. So keep that in mind. Superstar MVPs are getting rotated. They've been getting rotated back in since, I guess, Blitz, right? With DeForest Buckner was the first one that got rotated back in. So a lot of these guys who had superstar MVP cards earlier in the year could get that rotation back in. Here's another running back that I'm kind of on the fence about. He's probably the one that I'm stretching my rules out the most, but due to the fact that he's been having one hell of a season, Dalvin Cook, I think easily could get some sort of an upgrade, whether that's a team of the year card or, like I said earlier, Pro Bowl promo if they do something with the Pro Bowl. But here's Dalvin Cook, elusive back archetype there, which is pretty interesting for him. But I think a Dalvin Cook upgrade could easily come. His last upgrade, I think, was a +1 for a team of the week. So Dalvin Cook, I think, could definitely get an upgrade. The other card that I think could also get some sort of a set master or something for the Vikings could be Kirk Cousins. Now, I know Minnesota's not going to be in the playoffs. Obviously, they're out of it, but Kirk here is due for an upgrade as well. Phil General quarterback there, 69 speed on an 80, so you got to imagine he's not going to be blazing the world on fire when he actually gets an upgrade, but he's due. 80 overall with a power up there. Kirk Cousins might not going to be team of the year quarterback, whereas Justin Jefferson could be team of the year receiver or offensive rookie of the year. But for the Vikings here, we could easily see a Kirk Cousins upgrade or Dalvin Cook, depending on which way EA wants to go with it concerning their team. Now, the Falcons are out. I know, but a quarterback who's been having a strong season despite the bad year has been Matt Ryan. This is his best card, an 84 overall. He does have a power up. I just think he could be somebody that gets in some way, somehow, whether that's a Pro Bowl promo, again, like I said, or it could be something involving other things with the postseason, a Super Bowl promo card, I guess, even though he didn't win a Super Bowl, but he was there in the Super Bowl, or a playoffs legend or something like that. Matt Ryan, I think, could easily get one, especially if they extend team of the week in some way, shape, or form to go into a playoffs weekly thing where we get some sort of throwback cards for past playoff performances. So Matt Ryan, I think, could be easily there for an upgrade. Here's one that I'm very shocked still hasn't had an upgrade yet, is Ryan Tannehill, right? He got a power up added earlier this year, and they haven't done anything with him. I mean, sure, he hasn't had the best season overall, and he hasn't been really tearing things up, but the Titans are making the playoffs. I mean, they're right there. They're going to sneak in some way, shape, or form. If not the division, they should sneak in the wild card, one of the two for Tennessee. Tannehill, he's due for an upgrade. I mean, they just gave one to Henry, so I understand why you might not want to give it right away, but Tannehill gets an upgrade. This card has a little bit of speed on it. Last year, his card was low-key, kind of a demon. So if he gets an upgrade with Randy Moss already on the Titans theme team, could be deadly, especially that Adoree Jackson out of position wide receiver card. That card is kind of glitchy. So I think a Tannehill upgrade could be welcomed more than not. And last but not least, the one, the man, the myth, the legend, the one that everybody really is clamoring for all over, Patrick Mahomes. Now, there's a lot of things they could do with Patrick Mahomes, right? Playoff card, Super Bowl card, give him a Super Bowl legend, similar to how we got Aaron Rodgers last year. Team of the year. I mean, you could even give him a Pro Bowl card if he's selected on the final team, whatever they eventually give out for that. Mahomes upgrade is coming. I just don't know when, but a Mahomes upgrade is coming, guys. So I wouldn't be too nervous as far as if he is going to get one. I'm sure he's going to get one. It's Patrick freaking Mahomes. So that's just one I just wanted to close out with, to obviously shout out Mr. Mahomes here in the video and make sure that everybody knows that, yeah, Mahomes' upgrade is coming. All right, so that's about 25 guys. I know I went a little bit over with some of them, a couple extra offensive linemen there, but Patrick Mahomes here will close things out as the last card that I think should get an upgrade, deserves an upgrade, and probably will get an upgrade. All right, so If you guys, once again, have any suggestions, comments, or players that you want to see get an upgrade, let me know in the comment section below. And be realistic. Let's have some real life, you know, discussion about this and not just pick some dude that you saw make a cool touchdown in week 16 in his first game of the year. So that's going to be all for the video. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. We'll catch you later. Peace out.